So it was really silent, and now I think I can just hear the bins being picked up by the lorry. I've been having an inner conflict with my phone of late. Even as I wrote this script for this video, I went and fetched it, either because I didn't feel creatively capable to write anything without it as a reference, or, and this feels horrible to admit, I simply feel incomplete without it by my side. Madness, really. The thing is, smartphones in general provide every possible piece of information you can need to add to your life. And we've been conditioned to believe that what we have is not good enough, and there is always something better out there. We can know everything about anyone, about everything in an instant. Oh my goodness, sounds good, right? No? Better, richer, more attractive, more successful. It's all at our fingertips, isn't it? If I think back to my mid-adolescence, I spent my time playing the piano, singing, drawing, painting, designing birthday and Christmas cards, waiting for the moment I could escape to my room and listen to my audiobook cassette tapes and envision each scene and each character in my mind. I fantasized about kissing, my adult life, where would I be in 10 years, and the man I would eventually end up marrying, and all of it was so soothing, all in the never-ending color of my own imagination. I was designing what I wanted and allowing my creative mind to run free. So fast forwarding to my 30s, I want to write and for it not to be perfect, but be a reflection of me. I want to read and learn what I want from the story, not what I'm being told as the message. I want to paint and just let whatever comes out on the canvas intrinsically. You get the message. I think I might have found my man now, but I want the rest of it back. And I know that my phone is killing that creative side of me. So what have we decided to do about it? How could we make creativity in our home as easy to access as the phone? So I don't think camera angles are my forte. I certainly don't find them easy. And I was playing around trying to find a place in our flat that looks good for what I want to say further, but this is just overall far too dramatic. But it's making me laugh so much. And in tandem with this microphone situation I've got going on, I somehow felt that I needed to film something with this background because it's so extra. I think this is a better angle, right? Apart from the shocking lighting, but there we go. One of the best things that my mother ever taught me was the value of music. I'm not even sure she was aware that she was doing it, but music was everywhere in my household. I still have memories of her ironing in the kitchen and the smell of the cotton underneath the hot metal plate of the iron and the sound of Baroque music coming out of the radio, and then classical music and then romantic music and then back to Baroque music. It was just everywhere. And with that, we had musical instruments in our household. She collected them and she would pick them up from charity shops randomly whenever she saw them for a cheap price. So we had a violin and a piano and a guitar, and I think at one point a saxophone and then a clarinet. And they didn't really get played, but they were there, and that was the point. I remember her teaching me solfege, you know, from that really well-known song In the Sound of Music, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. And it wasn't long before I started to have piano lessons. And now, in our flat in Vienna, Florian and I, Florian and I have a piano! Isn't she gorgeous? And at 30 years old, I can actually play her because I was taught to. And now more than ever, I appreciate how wonderful it is to have that skill. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm good at it. But isn't that the joy? Having this beautiful instrument here and being able, within seconds, to do something creative, to feel something inside something that connects you, something that opens up a part of you that's difficult to describe in words and allows you to build your skills so you get better and better, are the rewards not 10 times better than scrolling? This is an Ibach, and we bought it in Vienna in the 22nd district from, it turns out, a very lovely person who has worked with people that I have worked with, as if it was meant to be. And this pianino comes from 1986. It was her grandmother's, it was her mother's, and she learnt how to play the piano on this pianino. Also, if the top of your piano is not covered in sheet music, are you even a pianist? I have a point about that. I'll come back to it in a second. Let's see if I can actually get past the first bar. 4 flats. It's not my friend. Yes! And each time, no! I succeed in not making a mistake. The rewards are fabulous. And then that relief when you get back to a bar that's actually easier a little bit. And then when the piano that you're playing actually sounds like the human voice. What's it saying? That everything's gonna be fine? And then I sometimes, because I'm really naughty and Beethoven would hate me, I make up a couple of rhythms because it's easier. Oh dear. Another topic that comes to mind when I play the piano is actually something that I've always struggled with, and I've mentioned it in a previous video, possibly the one where I talk about me turning 30 and all the things I've learned. And that is my general desire and tendency to want to be perfect at everything I do, even if I'm right at the beginning and it's a brand new skill. And if I'm not perfect, I feel so worthless. When playing this piano, it's like looking in the mirror. I make a mistake and it's so obvious because it doesn't sound nice. And I've noticed a couple of times when I've made a mistake, I've sworn or told myself I'm terrible, I have no skill, I'm useless. And I actually walk away from playing the piano feeling really defeated. That's not what it's for. It's for enjoying. It's for getting better. It's for keeping that beautiful part of my mind that's creative open and receptive. Like that. We just laugh. This is my favorite one because this is when oh, I hate cluster chords. This is when Elizabeth Bennett in the 1995 Pride and Prejudice realizes that she is in love with Mr. Darcy. For reference, that's the wet shirt Colin Firth. Pride and Prejudice. Oh, this is the bit when she looks up and their eyes meet. Can you tell I'm a fan? Oh, and this is where the strings come in. Oh, but it's so much nicer than that. Ooh, this is a stressful piece, but it's good. I feel meditated already. We bought and transported this piano about 2 weeks ago, and she's in need of a wee tune, but it almost doesn't matter because I get so much joy from playing her. I can sit here with a cup of tea or coffee in the warmth of our apartment in autumn and while away a very good time, just being creative and exploring pieces, trying out things, seeing where it leads me. Not everyone can have a piano, and I'm aware of how lucky we are. But there are so many more avenues to be creative, even using a new herb whilst cooking, or doodling for 5 minutes, or rolling around in the leaves, or maybe that's a bad one because there's sometimes doggy poop. But you get the drift. It feels good. Thanks for stopping by and being part of the Lemonade journey. I've been filming for almost a year now, which seems kind of crazy. It somehow still feels like the beginning. So I guess I'm learning something new every day. Till next time. Bye.